Good day. Today I'm going to show you how to find a fraction of a number by using a bar model. So get a piece of paper and a pencil ready and I'll demonstrate to you how to do it. And soon you'll be doing it quite easily. Hi, so today we're talking about fractions once again. Let's recap. We know that a fraction is a part of a whole. And the different part of a fraction is we have a 3 at the top, or a number at the top, and a number at the bottom. The top number is your numerator, which tells us how many parts have been shaded in, or taken out, or eaten. The bottom number, our denominator, tells us how many equal parts we have all together in our shape, all together in our whole. But today's lesson, we are going to learn how to use a fraction bar to understand and solve problems. So we're using a fraction bar to solve problems. Let's do one together. What is half of 20? And how do we write the fraction half? We write it 1 fraction line 2. So 1 over 2 of 20. Now remember, our denominator, which is your bottom number, tells us how many pieces you need to cut your whole into equal parts. So how many equal parts in a half? Let's look at our denominator. How many, what's that digit? It's a 2. So we're going to cut our whole into 2 equal parts. 1, 2 equal parts. So what is half of 20? So we can count in 2s now. So we can say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. How many? 10. So I can put 10 in here, 10 in there. What is 10 plus 10? It is 20. So half of 20 is 10. Well done. Let's try another one and do this one with me. Do it on your piece of scrap paper you have there. The question is, what is 1/4 of 20? So we're going to look at 1/4 of 20. The denominator is, what is the denominator again? It is our bottom number. What is our denominator here? You are right, it is 4. So the denominator is 4. So we need to split the bar into how many pieces? That's right, into 4 equal parts. So we can take 20 divided by our denominator, which is 4. Let's count in 4s and see. So 20 divided by 4. Let's count in 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. How many equal parts? 5. So 20 divided by 4 equal parts is equal to 5. So I'm going to count here 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 20 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to 5. So I can put 5 in my first part, 5 in my second part, 5 in my third, and 5 in my fourth. Remember, they must be the same. They must be equal numbers, equal parts, if you're going to have a fraction of a number. So we now know that 1/4 of 20 is equal to 5. Well done. Right, now we're going one step further. If you look at our numerator, it's no longer 1. It is now 3. And what does the numerator tells us? It tells us how many parts are shaded or eaten or taken away. So now the question is, what is 3/5 of 40? 3/5 of 40. So what is our first question? We need to look at our denominator. Let's read. Into how many parts should we split the bar? Remember, we need to split this bar into equal parts to find 3/5 of 40. So we look at our denominator, and this number here is the denominator. And what is that number? Yes, it is 5. So we're going to split our bar into 5 equal parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And our whole number is 40. So what should I tell myself now? I should say 40 divided by 5 equal parts. 5. So let's count in 5s up to number 40. Count with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. How many fingers do I have? That's right, 8 fingers. So each part is equal to 8. So 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 is equal to 40. So 40 divided by 5 is equal to 8. But is our sum complete? No. What must we still do? We need to use our numerator. A numerator tells us how many equal parts are shaded. So we need to shade our equal parts. How many parts? That's right, 3 equal parts. I'm going to color in or shade in 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3 parts. So I can now continue with my sum here and say 40 divided by 5 is equal to 8. 1 part is equal to 8. But my numerator says 3. So I need to multiply that now by 3. Right. Our numerator is 3. We now need to multiply the numerator by 1 part of the bar. So 3/5 of 40, we know it is 8. So 1 part is 8. We multiply by the numerator. So 8 times 3 is, tell me, yes, it is 24. Who got that answer? Well done. Give yourselves a hand clap. Right, let's recap this before we carry on to the next one. Now, when you have a fraction, you divide by the bottom number, the denominator. So we divide by the denominator. We find our answer, your 1 part answer. Then we multiply our answer by the numerator. Remember that. Divide by the denominator. Multiply by the numerator. Good. Right. We're going to recap. And I'm going to give you some tips that you can use to help you find a fraction of a number, of a whole, of a shape, an object, or whatever. Whether it's chocolate, or whether it's your pizza, anything. Right, what should you do? So, questions to ask yourself or steps to help you finding a fraction of a number. For example, my question is 3/4 of 24. So what is the first thing we need to say? Step 1. How many parts should I cut my bar into? So if I have my whole bar, then it's empty. How many parts must I cut it into? What is the first thing we need to ask? We need to look at the, tell me, the denominator. You're right, the bottom number. And what's our denominator? It is 4. So I'm going to cut my shape equally into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. So I've divided, I've cut my shape into 4 equal parts. Next step. So we share out the total equal between the parts. Equally. Remember the word equal. It must be the same. Right. Next step. How many parts must I count all together for my answer? So we've shared it now. Once we've got our answer, we need to then multiply it by the top number, the numerator. So let's count in 4s until we get to number 24. So in my head, I'm doing 24 divided by 4 divided by my numerator is equal to what? Let's count. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. How many fingers? That's right, 6 fingers. So we're going to have 24 divided by 4 equals 6. That means each shape is equal 6. Each part is equal to 6. You hear the word equal. They are the same amount. But am I finished? No. I still need to do step number 3. I need to multiply it by my numerator. So 6 times 3 is equal to what? Now remember the top one says shaded. So we need to shade in 3 parts of our whole. And that's where we multiply 1, 2, 3 parts of our whole. So what is 6 times 3? Let's count in sixes. 6, 12, 18. Well done. So 6 times 3 is 18. So now we know that 3/4 of 24 is equal to 18. Remember your tips. How many parts must I cut my whole shape into? You look at your denominator. Find your answer for your 1 part. Now you need to multiply it by your numerator. And then the end result is your answer. So 24 divided by 4, your denominator, multiplied by your numerator gives you your answer. So follow these steps and you'll always get it right. Well done and good luck with your fractions. I hope you have enjoyed that, and if you continue using these steps, you will be a professional in finding fractions of a number. Good luck.